Welcome back to the Road to Rainbow Rank. Today I'm using a different combination. I'm using Magolor, my boy Magolor, on the Wheelie Bike. Now this is the combination I used a lot when I first started doing ranked air ride. So today I'm going to use it again, a little different than the Wheelie Scooter King Dedede I was using before. It's going to be important to get the drifts right on this bike. This bike drifts instead of turning super sharply. It does go a bit faster, just a little bit. So let's see how this goes. All right, first race, and it is going to be on Airtopia Ruins. Here we go. Now this is a pretty fun track. It is going to be important to get the tight turn, especially that tight turn at the end, get that correct, and get the line coming out of the beginning, the starting line right here. Yeah, there we go. Did just a bit of brake tapping to make sure I hit that, and then time the drift just right to get around this. Just like that. I guess that second hairpin could have been a bit tighter, but overall pretty good, especially when you're fighting the pack at the beginning. I wanted to grab the needle, but I was way off there. All good, all good. I get the jet. I want to turn around here just fine, a bit wide. I could practice that more, some room for improvement, but just want to shoot through here real quick and take this turn tight, but it doesn't matter too much how you approach this river. It pushes you in the right way. So coming off this rail, I want to make sure I want to get all four of these boost rings. On the Wheelie Scooter, it's pretty easy. All right, I managed to do it there. On the bike, it's a bit more difficult, not the end of the world if you miss one. But I want to go around here without breaking too much, but without grinding against the walls. And here you just want to make sure you line yourself up for a good turn without getting your star trail too easy for people to catch up with. And that's pretty good, but here people are going to catch up a bit. It is going to be easy for them to catch your star trail. I just want to make sure I catch good lines here. Accidentally run into the Cappy there. Don't take the best line around this time around, so that Susie is catching up to me on the chariot. And now the people behind me are using their specials. So there's the block special. And mine, yeah, there we go. There's mine. And I want to pop it at a good time, yeah, right now, which actually might have been a mistake because it doesn't fire in the air, so I'm trying to drop as soon as possible. But at the same time, I wanted to use it before this section because it wouldn't help too much on the rail. So, not the best, but it was probably the best I could have done given this situation. Now here I do miss that fourth ring, but I did want to make sure I took a good line out of that. I didn't want to compromise my line and fly into the wall just to get that fourth boost ring. That wouldn't be worth it. So I am comfortably in the lead for the moment. Let's see if I can hold it. I do get those enemies to get the little speed boost. Avoid those because my vehicle is faster on the ground than the air, and it looks like I secured the first place. So that is pretty nice. That should be some good gains. Let's take a look on the screen. And here we go, first place, very nice. Pretty happy about that. And there we go, we might just hit Indigo 4 at the end of this, or coming up if I can get a few more wins. All right, race 2, here we go. It's gonna be on Cavernous Corners. Not bad, not bad. I wanna make sure I get that little turnaround, that hairpin section after the little crystals in the cave. I wanna make sure I nail that. But here we go, wanna get some good lines right out of the bat without getting beaten up too much. We succeed. I'm going to take the inside line. Just touch the off-road a little bit, but it is going to be a bit of a fight. There are going to be the other racers catching up a bit because we're still all pretty close. So I'm doing my best to take good lines. Here I want to go for the boost. And now trying to get through here. It's a bit of a struggle, but I want to avoid the off-road sections next. Do a bit of brake tapping. And here I want to time the drift just right to get around the hairpin. I do go a bit wide, so slight mistake, but I'm still in the lead for the moment. Now here on the rails, I want to make sure that no one's directly behind me to catch up with my star trail. I get this enemy, but here, this is what I was worried about. That wasn't so bad. That wasn't too bad. And I want to avoid the ramps this time. On the Wheelie Scooter, I was trying to hit those ramps because I'd go moderately fast off of them, but with the Wheelie Bike, I want to just stay on the ground as much as possible. So accidentally hit that geyser right there. Not ideal, but this section goes a bit better. Watching out for the fire. I want to grab the enemy there. Just doing some light brake tapping. Spin attack the cutter. I probably should have captured that ability. But we're in first for the moment, but it's going to be a fight because everyone is catching up here. And I wanted to just grab the ability. Maybe I should have followed that guy onto the boost panel even though you go through the mud. Because now I am in 5th. Because I was in 1st, I don't have my special ability just yet. So maybe that'll be to my advantage. I'll use it after everyone's already used theirs. I do get hit with the Tyranza special, so not ideal. I pop it here because I don't want to use it on the rail coming up, but it is a bit of a struggle going through those hairpin turns and then those little off-road patches. So I make it into 1st, but my line around the hairpin isn't great. So this is a hotly contested 1st. We'll see what happens after the rail here. I still want to take just an inside line and capture that enemy to the left right there to get a little speed boost. Try to take this pretty well. About the same as last time. But the other racers are just right behind me. They're going to catch up. Yeah, there we go. They're really gunning for me. So here it's all going to be about just not hitting the geysers. And before I could even say it, I hit the geysers. That's too bad. That's unfortunate. And get passed up there. Looks like a Starman on the Wing Star. So he's actually pretty strong in this course because of those geysers there. He's probably going to go for the ramp. So I want to hold 1st, but it's not looking likely. I'm probably going to get passed up. It's looking like a 2nd. Surprisingly, it wasn't the Chariot. And there's the Starman on the Wing Star. So who passed me? Let's find out. It's very interesting. 2nd should be a good gain. Yeah, there we go. 2nd. Pretty happy with that. And oh man, Tyranza on the Tank Star. A bit of a surprise. Wasn't expecting that. All right, 3rd race. What's it going to be? Siberian Highway. All right. So this track, I'm thinking about that section kind of in the middle, right before the middle, where you do that hairpin, then the half pipe. I'm going to want to make sure I don't get any air, too much air on that. I might need to time trial this later, but I really just wanted to go ahead and play on the bike here. So I take that turn okay, get hit there though, so I get stuck on the wall for a bit. Still in 2nd, so not a bad start. I meant to spin attack that Scarfy, is what it is. Take that turn decently okay. So this is what I was worried about. Oh yeah, I'm just flying off right there. So not the best. I go for the rail just to get a break from the fight. So that goes okay. I spin through the crystals. I am in 3rd. Not a terrible position. Upper mid pack is still good. You do still gain a little bit from that. I've gotten into 1st for now, but it's not going to be for long. That Rick on the wagon is definitely going to be some strong competition there. So I'm just trying to get through there. I did practice on this combination just a little bit before this video, but I still want to use some real racing experience too, just to get better at using it. Haven't used it in a while, but coming up here on this section, this is the dreaded section where I always get passed up. I try to be on the opposite side of where the boosts are coming off the rail because they always switch. So now coming over here, I want to make sure I hit that button. It doesn't look like people are going across there, which is interesting. So I managed to catch right back up to 1st and 2nd because I went there. Now after the rail, I popped the special and I want to try and take this turn well while using the special. It goes all right. Yeah, still kind of fly off the edge there. So still a bit of a challenge for me. Hopefully I can improve that as I get this track more, if it pops up. But here we go, coming through this little boost section to these off-road patches, and the lasers. Want to avoid the lasers. As soon as I say that, I get tagged by a laser. Oops, fantastic. So not the best, still 2nd. I want to make sure I don't get stuck on the walls. Not too bad. There we go. It was better than the 1st lap, but I do miss the boost rings. Maybe in the future I want to go on the right-hand side or just jump all the way down to the bottom. But we fought on there. The platforms disappeared. And now the name of the game is going to be using the star trails to catch up and hitting those boost sections, those boost mounds, those boost hills. So can I beat this Chariot user? We'll have to see. 1st wasn't going to be possible. 2nd would be great. 3rd isn't the end of the world. 3rd is still a small gain. But 2nd would be fantastic. So let's see what we got here. Let's see what the result is. All right, 2nd. Fantastic. Really pleased with that. Just almost enough to rank up. So we'll see. Next race. Let's see if we can gain some to get to Indigo 4. We are Waveflow Waters. All right, so I don't want to drive into the water here at the beginning. The separated water might be a bit tricky, but with some brake tapping and some drifting, yeah. So drifting, it might be possible. Might just touch the water a little bit, but not too bad. We're still at the beginning, so everyone is still close by. I want to make sure I can ride the Star Trail, but also take this turn here. It's sharp, but it's not as sharp as it looks, so I get through there just fine. That second turn I get a bit beat up, capture that Cappy. So looks like we've stabilized into third place, going into the section before the cannon. Second place, so that's a pretty good place to be. Ideally first, of course, but special will charge up a bit faster than if I wasn't first. So that might be nice. We'll see. We'll see how this turns out. That guy, that other Magolor, respect, wanted me to not take a Star Trail off the rail, but I get it. Now going into this section here, I didn't even know there was a rail over there. So you learn something. You know, you got 120 hours in the game. You still learn something every day. So coming into this section, we've got the Dedede special in the background, but we get our special, and I didn't quite want to use it just yet, but I also wanted to use it before the rail section, so I just went ahead and popped it. We do get a bit of the rail, is what it is, but I think that was an alright decision. So we take that turn well. We do much better this lap 2, around that turn there. We get the cutter. Accidentally go into the water for some reason. I don't know what I was thinking. But here we go. I'm just trying to throw the cutter at the guy in first. Could do better on the boardwalk there. But we make it to the cannon in second. And now it's going to be a matter of being able to follow the Star Trail through this section, this mostly straightaway. I don't need to take the ramp. I do, which is a bit of a mistake. Not a full-blown blunder, but a bit of a mistake. I get the boost through the water rings. Now here, if I do this right, I can hold first, but I hit the middle there, and then hit the section there, hit the other section there, and that was definitely a blunder. So my first turns into a fourth, and that is too bad. But you know, that's what happens. You're playing a racing game. You need to take good lines. You need to not hit the walls, not hit the sides, and it happens. You know, just learning experience right here. All right, now we did get a bit of a loss there. So here on Siberian Highway again, can I do better? Can I get into that Indigo 4? Let's see, let's find out. Get the initial boost, take this turn. We're gonna be aiming for that button as we always do. Looks like other people have the same idea, so we could ride the Star Trail. Want to drift around here. I handle that decently. So we're in first for the moment, but there's a Rick, pretty fast character. Ouch. Got hit there. I was taking that turn pretty well, but I got hit there. Don't really take that half pipe well, so it looks like I haven't quite internalized how to handle that section just yet. But we're riding the Star Trail. The pack is still fighting each other. As we go through this jump and get to the laser section, want to make sure... Once again, I hit that laser. If anything, I'm consistent, so there we go. At least we missed that laser. Coming through here, we want to make sure you don't get stuck on the turns, the walls, of course. And now I actually get on the ground, but I do boost on that red patch just a bit. Riding the Star Trail, we get to first place for now, which is great. Didn't quite need to take that boost ramp, but it was there. Or not a boost ramp, but just ramp in general. You don't get a boost from that, not on this vehicle. So we do get that boost section, and this one too, and that one. So good cycle, we managed to catch those. We're in a pretty good second fighting for first. That Vampire Star is biting me. Ouch. And then I make a little mistake. I hit that corner there. Not the end of the world, because again, you can ride the Star Trail. I'm back into first, but I just want to pop that right away to get that Vampire Star off my tail so it won't bite me. That's primarily why I did that. Now, finally, I take this section way better. I stay on the ground. That other Magolor pops his special, and that just lasers me to the side. It is what it is. So good job on his part. Coming into the laser section for the last time. I want to catch up. Second would still be good. Second still might get me to that Indigo 4. That'd be great. I just want to make sure I'm not bitten too much by that Vampire Star. I try using the spark to my advantage. I do lose a bit of control, a bit tricky there, but I'm in first for the time being, and I want to try and, because if you stay up here, it is faster, so I try to stay up as long as possible. The Rick is catching up now. We're just fighting each other briefly. Now I want to hit these boost sections nicely to really round out. Hopefully I can hold first place. There we go. I get that last one. And it's looking like, unless that guy passed me at the very end, it's looking like a first. Want to just hold my breath real quick. Let's see. Let's make sure before we proclaim anything. And there we go. Ending off on a first place. And there we go. There's that little promotion right there. So fantastic, good stuff, a lot of fun. Thank you for watching. If you'd like to see more, of course, the YouTube stuff, like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you next time.